happy day for the education sector because one of the problems which the vice chancellors, rectors, and provosts of college of education, those managing the tertiary sector in Nigeria, have been complaining about have been the subscription to IPPIS. You know what IPPIS does? And which has made recruitment and many other activities of the university relating to personnel very, very difficult. Now today, today's council, it has been decided, the president has directed that vice chancellor should no longer or have been taken out of that service. So this is a very, very important development for the vice chancellor that will allow for efficient management of the universities and tertiary education, generally speaking. And then secondly, which is connected to that, before now, when the tertiary education institutions want to make recruitment, they have to run to the office of the head of service, you know, for waiver, for approval, for all that sort of thing. Today, too, the council, through the directive of the president, has exempted them from that, that they will have nothing to do. They don't have to go to the office of the head of service because it is actually not in their line of supervision. So that too, that has been a big bottleneck in management of staff in the universities where they have to apply to that office whenever there are vacancies, and have built up a lot of vacancies in the universities and polytechnics, and that level of service, waiting sometimes for years, for months. And so from this, at this today's meeting, that requirement has been removed. So they will only be guided by what their law prescribes. And then, of course, there are other levels of supervision. The NUC at the Federal Ministry of Education is there. You know, so that's a very big relief for the universities, and we sincerely hope these measures will be responsibly reciprocated by the institutions, so that whatever has led to their being brought under those facilities will no longer arise. So basically, this is what has happened as it affects education. Of course, there were some other approvals for developments in construction Senate building in the University of Nigeria, and then approval of some money for NECO to run its forthcoming exams in a very efficient manner. The council has given them that green light. So basically, these are the things which have happened relating to education. Thank you.
The universities today have got a very big relief from what universities and other tertiary institutions from the IPPIS, the Integrated Personnel, Payroll and Information System. You recall that university authorities and ASUU have been clamoring for the exemption of the universities and other tertiary institutions from this system. Today, Council has graciously approved that. What that means is that going forward, the universities, like the Honorable Minister of Education has said, and other tertiary institutions, the polytechnics and colleges of education, will be taken off the IPPIS system, the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System. What that means in simple language is that the university administration, the university authorities, and other tertiary institutions will now be paying their own personnel from their own end instead of relying on the IPPIS that has been the case. It's a huge relief that our council has brought to those universities as institutions. There is also the issue of other economic policies that were discussed at council today. Of note is the issue of waiver in addition to so many other decisions taken. You recall that Customs has reported that in 2023 alone, they've lost over 1.3 trillion naira to waivers. Council has decided to look at those waivers and review them so that Nigeria will not continue to lose money at a point that we all need these resources for the development of the country. I think generally these are the issues. I will allow gentlemen of the press to ask, as it is now, only the Honorable Minister of Education, and the ones I can, I will try to, if Minister Kiamo returns, I'm sure he will also take a few questions. Please keep it as short and as direct as possible. Mr. Lasisi.
It is. And then secondly, what was the motivation? Simply, the president and the council is just concerned about efficiency of management of the universities. And so it has nothing to do with integrity or options of platforms. Simply, the president cannot understand why vice chancellors should be leaving their duty post and be running to Abuja to get staff enlisted on IPPIS when they get recruited. And the basic concern is that universities are governed by laws, and those laws give them autonomy in certain respects, and most respects actually, apart from one or two things. And the IPPIS has been sort of eroded that autonomy granted to the universities under the Act. So, a university in the rest of the world. And the IPPIS was a serious obstacle to that. And, you know, connected to the IPPIS is the authority that the head of service has to grant for a waiver, you know, for recruitment. But they are all connected, because it means if you have to go to the head of service, you know, they interface with the managers of IPPIS and that sort of thing. And so it was simply dragging efficiency and autonomy of the institutions. So these are the basic reasons why that decision was taken. And ASUU will be very happy about that, because it's one of the things actually they were quite agitated about. And nobody is really interested in wants the university system to be bogged down in mundane, day-to-day issue that does not really impact on their progress. So this will go a long, long way in ensuring efficiency and autonomy in our tertiary institutions.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. I will take on the waivers actually are backed by law. And therefore, you can't just wake up and say, we are done with them. So we will review all that. Government will review that and see which ones are in the best interest of Nigeria and how to continue to allow them to function. The most important thing to note is that government is losing a lot of money in that direction, and that is why this very critical decision has to be taken. Only those waivers that are backed by law will be allowed to subsist. Otherwise, government will have to review them. Thank you very much. Yes, Lasisi, you see.
So there was the issue of how to address the issues of monies and the content.
Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.